Hi, this is Greg with the Phoenix Green Team. Today I wanted to take the opportunity to talk to you a little bit about solar panels and some of the differences that we see in panels. First thing a lot of consumers get confused on is just the very basics, like how are the panels made. For example, this is a monocrystalline panel. Behind me you see a polycrystalline panel. In terms of efficiency, which a lot of customers are interested in, they're both pretty comparable in how much electricity they're going to make from the sunshine. One of the things that I think is really critical to understand when you're looking at panels is how does the panel perform in heat? Most people are not aware that solar electric panels actually don't perform quite as well as it gets hotter. And so when you're looking at bids from companies, you get a standard test rating on the panel. When you look at a panel, let's say a 200 watt panel, and a company comes to you, let's say with a bid for 20 200 watt panels, you take that number and that's your standard test. What that means is, let's say this module is a 200 watt panel. It was tested in a laboratory in what's called a flash test, and they tested to see how does that panel perform at 77 degrees. Now, as we all know, your roof temperature is much hotter than 77 degrees. So one of the things you really want to consider is something called performance test condition, or PTC. The California Energy Commission came up with this standard. They've tested all the manufactured panels from all around the world at UC Davis in Sacramento, and they've tested them to see how do they perform in heat. Now once you get that number is always going to be lower than your standard test, and what you're really looking for in terms of consumer a better buy is getting as much performance for your dollar per watt as you get per standard watt. In other words, when you look at that standard test, look at how much performance you get for that dollar, because each product's going to dramatically vary. Some products have a higher performance test if they're using a better grade of silicone, or the manufacturing, the way they lay in their solder points. Those fine details are going to make some difference, but a lot of it comes down to the quality of the engineering, and that's what we really deal with. When I look at for a customer and I'm designing a system, I really look to see what product's going to make the most sense and give you the most bang for your buck. So hopefully that gives you an insight in terms of how to shop panels and how to compare solar bids. If you have any other questions, please visit my website. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you and the next time we talk about different things to look at making your home more energy efficient.